Okay, so this is the chapter 4 test review. On number 1A, it wants me to identify the values of a, b, and c in the equation. Remember, the standard form of a quadratic is a squared plus b squared bx plus c. So the numbers in front of the letters are my values. So a is -3, b is 18, and c is -25. B wants me to find the turning point or my vertex. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go graph this on Desmos. Oh, I missed something. Okay. My vertex here is 3, 2. So I'm going to go write that down on my paper. Okay. It wants me to plug into the formula. Remember, this is h, this is k, and I have my a from above. So it's going to be y equals -3 on the outside, x minus 3 on the inside, squared plus 2. Okay, number 2, I need to go graph this and see what it looks like. So let's go to Desmos. Okay, this is a little off the screen. There we go. This one wants me to decide if it opens upward or downward. So this one is U-shaped, so it's upward. My axis of symmetry is my x value of my vertex. So my vertex here is -4, -7, which is the answer to C. And my axis of symmetry is going to be x equals -4. I need to go find my y-intercept. So where it crosses the y-axis, it's here at 0, 9, so y equals 9. My x-intercepts is where it crosses the x-axis. So here and here. So I'm going to have x equals -6.646 and x equals -1.354 as my two x-intercepts. Okay. Number 4 wants me to find the vertex. I can do this one without graphing. It's going to be opposite the sign of the number right there, so 3, and then the number at the end, 12. My domain for all quadratic functions is always all real numbers. My range, if I go and graph this, oops, it wasn't like that. Looks like this. So notice its highest point for a y value is 12, and then it goes down from there. So my range is y is less than or equal to 12. It wants the interval over which the function is increasing, so this is where it has a positive slope. There's a positive slope on the left side of this graph, and so what I do is I write x is less than, and this is going to be the x value of my vertex, which is 3. For the horizontal where it's decreasing, I switch the inequality and it turns into greater than. These ones need to be rounded to 2 decimal places if necessary. These ones want me to solve numerically using a table, so what I do is I'm going to go back to Desmos and type in my equation. So I just type in, once I have it equal to 0, I just type in the left side of the equation. Okay. Then I go to the little cogwheel up here, and I hit this to turn it into a table. I need to see where my table of values are. Let's see, 3, 4, should be more. Oops. And this one should be -9. So notice I have 2. I have 3, and I have -9. So my answer for this question is going to be x equals 3, x equals -9. Okay, for number 2, I want to get it equal to 0. I subtract x on both sides. I have x squared minus 3x minus 34 equals 20. Subtract 20 on both sides. I get x squared minus 3x minus 54 equals 0. So this is what I'm going to go on a graph. Another way of doing this is I can just graph it and look at where it crosses the x-axis. So it crosses here at -6 and here at 9. Okay. Number 3 wants me to solve it graphically, so that's the way I just did it. This one is crossing at point 33 and 3. On number 4, I need to get it equal to 0 before I can go and solve it. So I want to subtract 7 on both sides. I have 2x squared minus 4x minus 4 equals 0. Okay. This one is crossing at -0.73 and 2.73. Okay. Number 5 wants me to factor out the greatest common factors, so these are things that they have in common. Both can be divided by 9. And then both of them have x's. The lowest exponent on the x is 3. So I take out a 9x cubed. 9 divided by 9 is 1. X to the 6 divided by x cubed. You subtract the exponents, you get x cubed. 27 divided by 9 is 3. And the exponents go away. Number 6, they both can be divided by 4. And they both have x's, and my lowest exponent is 2. So I have 4x squared. And then 8 divided by 4 is 2. X cubed divided by x squared is just x. 4x squared divided by 4x squared, since it's divided by itself, is just 1. Okay, on number 7, I'm looking for what multiplies to -12 and adds to +1. This is going to be -3 and +4. Same thing on number 8. I'm looking for what multiplies to +10 and adds to -7. This is going to be -5 and -2. Number 9 wants me to solve by factoring. I know I have to have a 2 in my first one and just a regular x. I'm looking for what multiplies to -20 and will give me -3. So my factors of -20 are 5 and 4. If I multiplied -4 over here, I'd have -8. And if I have a +5 here, I have a +5. I don't know why I said that like that. -8 plus 5 gives me -3. I set this equal to 0. I have 2x plus 5 equals 0. X minus 4 equals 0. I subtract 5 on both sides. I have 2x equals 5. Divide by 2. X equals 5/2. Over here I add 4. X equals 4. If I absolutely don't know what to do, I'll do it for number 10. I can go graph this, and where it crosses the x-axis is my answer. So I can do 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. It crosses the x-axis at -0.5 and at 3. Okay. Number 11, I can factor out 5s from both of these. And they both have just an x. So I write 5x out front. 5x squared divided by 5x gives me an x. -15 divided by 5 is 3. The x's cancel out. And then by the zero product property, I take each of my pieces and set those equal to 0. Okay. Over here I divide by 5. I get x equals 0. Over here I add 3. And I get x equals 3.